Welcome back to FM Story. In this episode of our Galatasaray Rebuild, we're looking to add the Turkish Cup to our already won league title. So without further ado, let's get going. Before we get into the episode, if you enjoy this video, please like, subscribe and hit the bell to be notified of new videos. We've got new rebuilds dropping every Monday and Thursday. So we've got the cup semi-final coming up against Alanyaspor. Obviously, we ended the last episode with that disappointing defeat away in Bayern Munich to be knocked out in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. We rebounded our second choice, full second 11, played against Gaziantep and picked up a 3-2 victory. So going into the semi-final against Alanyaspor, the first choice players have had a bit of a rest. We're still not 100%. Van Aanholt's still he failed a fitness test. Turek and Akgun are both injured as well, who would have one of them would have played on the wide left instead of Halil. Because of the registration rules for the competition, it's not quite a full strength team that we can put out in this. We've got to have at least 2 under-22 players who've been with the club for 3 years between the 15th and 21st birthdays. So that's why Imam Ali Billy is starting up front instead of Lorenzo Luca. And that's why Atalay Yıldırım's playing. We're going to have a problem next season in the later rounds of the Cup, because unless we've got some players that suddenly appear as being good enough, because Yıldırım's going to be outside of that when we come to this stage next year, because he's just turned 22, I think. So it wouldn't be classed as under 22 player for next season. But otherwise, it's a fairly strong team. Let's go into... We've got a young player on the bench who doesn't satisfy the registration, so we're going to have a problem there as well. We're going in against Alanyaspor. Really, we should win. I mean, I would hope we would win. We've already wrapped up the league. And now that we're out of the Champions League, the only focus is on these cup games. So hopefully we can progress through this semi-final and then win the final and complete the treble if we include the Super Cup as well. Not much happening early on. Gavi back to Marcao. Right. The one thing we do lack, that's a great ball and great finish. The one thing we are going to be lacking, obviously, from in this game, normally we like the fullbacks to get on wide and get the crosses in, and with Lorenzo Luca up front, normally that would be a massive benefit at his height. But Imam Ali Billy is not, he's only, I think, 17. He's not anywhere near that kind of size, so it's a slightly different prospect. It's also going to make us a bit weaker from the set pieces. So we struggle for possession in the half. Let's put him wide right. Let's bring Lorenzo Luca on up front. See if we can hold the ball up and right, get the ball wide. Oh, lovely ball. What a touch by Lorenzo Luca there, just to cushion it into the path of Chicaldo there, who dispatched it. Great start to the second half. It's a lovely ball by Fagioli. Lovely cushion pass into his path and just knocked it past the keeper. Ooh. That was a decent set piece move that we've struggled to deal with there. Pull back to the penalty spot and then smashed in. Maybe it's not all over just yet. I mean, that's hit the keeper, I think, more than the keeper saved it. I don't think he quite needed to smash it as hard as that. Just any kind of other contact on it and it would have gone either side of the keeper. So, overall, not a brilliant performance, but we did what we needed to do and we're through to another Turkish Cup final. So, I'm a complete idiot. After the game against Alanyaspor in the semi-final, I wondered why that we didn't see the final on the schedule or who we were playing. And as you can see from the screen now, the reason that I couldn't see the final is because the semi-finals are a two-legged affair. So obviously we got an advantage going into the second leg with the 2-1 aggregate lead. Fenerbahce obviously have got an advantage in the other semi-final, so it looks like we may be playing Fenerbahce in the final. Obviously, depending on how the second legs go. Since the first leg, we won the next game 4-1, and then we've drawn the last two games. We've just rested a few players, made sure we had a fresh team for this second leg of the semi-final. So going in, we're going to have to play Resul Turkmenez in centre midfield just because of the registration rules. We're going to start Van Aanholt at left back, and we're going to play Chicaldo alongside him and stick Gavi on the bench. Turkmenez started the previous league game, didn't do particularly well, but we need him in obviously because of the under 22 players in the registration to start the tie. We do have a few players that are struggling fitness wise, so they're on the bench. So we're going in with Sertel at left back, Fagioli in front of the back four, with Chicaldo and Resul there, Atalay wide right, Kerem wide left, and Lorenzo Luca. Overall, it's a pretty full strength team. Obviously, we've had to make a few adjustments because of the registration rules in terms of having to have the under 22 players in the starting lineup, which is different from the cup from the league. Give them a quick encourage to start the game. Not much is happening. 10 minutes without any shots from inside. Chicaldo with the corner. Lorenzo Luca hits the bar. Surely that was a penalty. Lovely interception. What a ball through. And you'd back Lorenzo Luca to at least hit the target there. Oh, and they've hit the bar. Maybe this is going to be a bit tighter than I was expecting. None of our players are playing particularly well. Alanyaspor have tied it back up at 3-3 on aggregate in the other semi-final. Lucas header onto the roof of the net. Chicaldo, Kerem's through. Why didn't he square it to Luca? A horrible angle to take a shot from. Oh, and Fenerbahce have pulled a goal back, so they're back ahead on aggregate. Marcao to Bowie. Atalay. We've not really created an awful lot from open play. Kerem. Right, can Sameli get to the byline and get the ball across? And there's Lorenzo Luca to nod home. That puts us 3-1 up on aggregate. It's a bit more comfortable here just before half time. Unstoppable. No one was getting above him for that one. And that's half time. 1-0. We've not really done an awful lot in that half. So we're bringing on Ali Billia to play wide right instead of Yildirim because he's not really played well. Sertel's a bit knackered, so we're bringing on Patrick Van Aanholt at left back. Oh, Hatayspor 3-1 up in that game, so that's them back level on aggregate, I think. That's... Right, get your head on it. Little ball on the corner. Oh, Kerem should have hit the target there. Marcao to Nelson. Right. What a horrible pass that was. One bad pass from us, two passes from them, and they bypassed 7 of our players. 7, 1, 2, 3, 6 of our players with the one ball. And a decent finish, but the keeper probably should do better. So that's 3-2 on aggregate now. Oh, nearly the perfect response. Again, Luca not getting his header on target at the near post there. Lovely ball, Chicaldo. Yes, 2-1 on the night, 4-2 aggregate with 10 minutes left. Surely we can't throw that away. It looks like I'm going to take off Rezel and bring on one of the more experienced midfielders. It looks as though it's only actually at the start of the game you have to have 2 under-22 players on, not at all times like all the other registration rules. We're going to have to push forward. We've nicked the ball back. There's Lorenzo Luca, Thailand. Right. Van Arnholt, can he cross it? Oh, and there's Imam Ali Balir at the back stick. 3-1 on the night, 5-2 on aggregate. It coming up to injury time, that's got to be us in the final now. It's a lovely ball right across the front of the keeper there. No chance to come for it. And no one followed him into the back post. Who are we going to play though? Because that's 4-4 on aggregate in the other semi-final. Comfortable win in the end. We made a bit of a meal of it to start with, but in the end we've made it and we've made our way through to the final. As you can see, the league season's now finished. We've ended up with 99 points from our 38 games. We only lost one game this season, which was in the league this season, which was our first home game of the season. So we did start behind the 8 ball a bit in terms of how we started the league season. But I mean, we've won 30 and drawn 6 of the next. We've won 30 and drawn 6 of the next league games since that point. So the only loss was that home game against Ankara Gucci at the beginning of the season. And like I say, we've got 106 goals, only conceded 30 in 38 games. So a pretty comprehensive title win. We won the title by 30 points. Lorenzo Luca, top goal scorer with 29. In terms of the assists, we didn't really have anyone right up at the top end of the assists. Chicaldo was third with 12, but quite some way back of Roger and Oskan. And Kakir was only third in terms of clean sheets with 14 from 32 games, which, considering we only conceded 30 goals in 38 games, I think had he played the full 38 league games, then probably he would have been top of that list. So going into the final, probably we would have picked Fernando Muslera, but because of the injuries, because it would be his last game for the club with him retiring in the summer, but because of the injuries picked up, unfortunately he's not available. So Kiki is going to go in goal. We're going to play Bowie, Nelson, Ozturk and Sertel in the back four. Ozturk's going to play instead of Marcao because he's not fully fit. Then we're going to play Fagioli, Chicaldo and Tukinmez in midfield with Kerem and Yildirim wide and Lorenzo Luca up front. So pretty much an almost identical team to the one that started the second semi-final leg. The only difference being that Alpazanos Turks in instead of Marcao. And let's get straight into the action. So, big cup final against big rivals. Give them a bit of an encourage to start the game off. Chicaldo's corner. Lorenzo Lucas hit the post. And Kerem's knocked it in. It looked like their defence must have thought they'd got the ball clear, because they all seemed to go away from the ball towards the edge of their own area. Comes off the post. Yeah, they all start running away, and the ball just pops up for Kerem just to tap it in. Great start for us. Right. The ball looked like a foul, but we'll take it. Lovely ball. Oh, we've lost it. They're breaking on us. And again. Oh, and they've hit the bar. Early chances at both ends. We've taken ours, they haven't. Chicaldo with the corner. Lorenzo Luca near post. Gets all of those headers. Just need to get more of them on target next season, which is scary considering how many goals he has scored for us this season. If he can get a few more from those. Yildirim, lovely ball through Luca. pulls it back. Chicaldo 2-0 up in the driving seat after 20 minutes. Just got to make sure we don't do anything stupid. Keep the foot on the gas, and don't let them back into it. It's a lovely ball from Atla Yildirim. Luka, one touch, pulls it back, and Chicaldo just sweeps it into that bottom corner. Lovely ball. Oh, has to hit the target. Chicaldo's corner. Oh, that should have been a tap in at the back post. 2-0 up at half time. Really, Gufan, you can't ask for much more than that. We're bringing Gavi on for Tukenmez and bringing Thailand on for Chicaldo because he's not fully fit. Just replace the two centre midfielders, give us some fresh legs there. Let's get the second half underway. We're giving away a stupid free kick there. Is that onside? He looked miles off, but nope, it's been given. How has he made that run there with not one defender anywhere near him? It's a great run and a great finish. I question the position from the goalkeeper a little bit. Right, come on. Pull it back. Could have done with Luca in the middle for that one. When they've cleared. Come on. A decent save by the keeper there. Right. Oh. The defence parted like the Red Sea there. Like literally. Could we have given them any more space? Okay, so 2-2 on the hour. Not what we really wanted. And they're very much on top in this second half. Oh, no, come on. That was far too close for comfort. Time to go if someone else gets injured. Oh, almost the perfect instruction for Yunus Akgun. Great turn. He bent the ball in, just came back off the post, and we couldn't put the rebound away. So it's gone to extra time. We were in such a commanding position, and we've thrown it away, kind of. So we've got Sertel knackered, we've got Fagioli knackered, we've got Luca knackered. And they're on the attack. Thank God that was straight at the keeper. So Sertel's injured. So we have to bring Van Arnholt on, which means we're going to need to leave Luca on, who's really knackered, and so is Fagioli. This isn't going to go particularly well, I don't think. Get another goal. Yunus. Yildirim. Oh, almost like he missed the first one, and then somehow they've deflected the second one behind for a corner. Oh, Luca again at the near post. And now Gavi's injured. So we're going to finish with 10 men. Let's just drop the wide men back. And at this point, we're probably just holding on for penalties here. Come on. Surely not. Oh, what a save. Oh, they've had to take a player off, so they've down to 10 men as well for the last minute of injury time. Come on, referee, blow your whistle. Please tell me we haven't just given them a... Right, come on, referee. Surely that's time. surely. Come on. Right, that's it. So we've got some decent penalty takers. I mean, Alpazan's our number one penalty taker, although he has missed a couple. Fagioli is our number two penalty taker. He's scored quite a few goals, so we'll put him on the last one just because I don't think he's missed for us yet. Right, so they're up first. Oh, that keeper got close to that. Alpazan up first. What was that? Didn't even hit the target. Thank God for the goalkeeper. Right, Thailand up next. Oh, this just isn't our day, is it? From 2-0 up to 2-2 extra time. And now we're 2-0 down with our third penalty to come. Right, Luca. Lovely penalty into the bottom corner. Right, we need another save here. Again, he looked like he got close to it. So we need to score to stay in it. Markow stepping up from the back. Lovely penalty into the bottom corner. Right, we need the keeper to step up big here. And we've lost 4-2 on penalties to bitter rivals. It's a slightly disappointing end to the season, given how we performed in the league, though, winning the league by 30 points, and the Champions League campaign we had coming through that group with Juventus and Liverpool and beating Man United, knocking them out, and then being right in contention with Bayern Munich going into the second leg. It's not a wonderful season, but it's certainly a passable season, decent season. Like the league campaign was great after we got rid of that first home game. Right, so time for the end of season review. So in terms of signings, the board thought Lorenzo Luca was a B- signing when we made it. In all competitions, he's played 50 games, scored 39 goals with 11 assists. Brilliant signing. I mean, I shudder to think where we would have been without him. Kakia was a C- signing. Now we needed a Turkish goalkeeper really for the registration rules, but 48 games, 7.2 average. Balchi was just brought in as a backup. Erdelman was brought in to just give us some youth. In terms of the players out, we didn't really get rid of anyone important. It was mostly just players that were going to have no chance at the club and some young players. Again, the same with the players that went out on loan. So obviously, as you can see, 38 games, 31 wins, 6 draws, 1 loss. That 1 loss coming in our first home game of the season. So in the 36 games after that game, we won 30 games and drew 6. I mean, that's great form no matter what league you're in. And hopefully we can continue that league form next season. Champions League. So we had a great first game in the qualifier against Young Boys. Struggled in the second one. Picked up a couple of late goals to beat Liverpool in the first group game. Lost in similar fashion to Lille and Juventus in the second and third game. Then we beat Juventus and we beat Lille to guarantee that we came second in the group before we got hammered by Liverpool. Obviously, at that point, we were already through. And then going into the first knockout round, we played well against Man United, got that 2-0 win, and obviously they had 2 players sent off. Went to Old Trafford and got a 0-0 draw. We managed to pick up a win again in the home leg against Bayern Munich, and hoping that we could repeat things with the Man United tie, but unfortunately Bayern Munich were just far too strong, and we conceded far too early in that second leg. Game, the biggest win was the first game in the Turkish Cup, where we won 11-0. I think at one point both of our goalkeepers ended up playing some of the game on the right wing. Match to remember, obviously, that first game in the Champions League against Liverpool. Lorenzo Luca picking up those 2 late goals. In terms of the finances, the sponsorship stayed the same. The broadcast revenue went down despite the fact that we were in the Champions League. But the corporate and hospitality, the competition prize money, the match day commercial and retail stuff all went up. It's got to have some sort of knock-on effect from being in the Champions League. Obviously, Lorenzo Luca was the biggest shirt seller that we had. So the only one of the new boys that came in that managed to crack into that list. But certainly the biggest shirt seller we had, which goes to show how well he played this season. And in terms of this how you lined up, I mean, Ozturk, Nelson, and Macau probably all played about the same number of games in total throughout the season. But other than that, I mean, Akgun on the right side, on the right wing, came in late on in the season to play. A lot of the time he actually came in when Dennis Turek was injured, but he's going to have a big future next season because of how well he played. And then just looking at the player awards, so Lorenzo Luca, Fans Player of the Season, Young Player of the Season, Signing of the Season, Top Goal Scorer, Most Man of the Match awards, Highest Average Rating. And there we go. We've ended the season with the Turkish League and the Super Cup. Obviously, we should really have won that Turkish Cup final. We threw that away from a pretty strong position at half time in normal time, and then to end up losing it on penalties is disappointing. But overall, the season was pretty successful. So that's the end of our second season. We've won the league, we've won the Super Cup, got to the final of the Turkish Cup, and obviously made a bit of a mark on the Champions League. Hopefully we can maybe go a step further, at least in the Champions League next season. Join us next time for the start of season 3 of the Save, which will probably be the last season in the Save. We'll start by looking at what we do in the summer transfer window, and then we'll move on to the start of the league, and we'll find out who we've got in the Champions League next season.